Computer use continues to expand rapidly. In 1980, less than 1% of the American population owned a computer. Today, the figure is over 60%. Most computers, if not all, are connected to the internet. The infrastructure that supports these connections have now covered nearly the entire country. Many people who do not have access to the internet at home may access it at libraries or schools. In addition, computer technology is working its way into our lives in countless other ways. Cars, household appliances, and many other objects may contain tiny computers. One example of the meddling of computers with everyday devices is the telephone. Computerized wireless phone use is growing rapidly in the United States. In fact, the number of wireless phone lines had surpassed the number of landline phones by 2005. Computerized information technology, or IT, is also bringing change to American business. IT is a way of allowing businesses to organize and examine information in more productive ways. For example, an IT system can make it possible for a company's sales, manufacturing, and shipping departments to share the exact same information on their computer screens. Customers can use their own computers to check on the status of orders or to shop online. These capabilities help make a difference more efficient. Being more efficient helps reduce the cost of doing business and increase profit. Here's a commercial for a computer during the 1990s.
At Compaq, before we build our desktop personal computers, we look at you. We look at what you do and the power and performance you need to get it done. Since introducing the world's first high-performance 386 PC, Compaq has never stopped, giving you more power, more speed, and the best of the latest technology. To do, well, that's up to you. Compaq. It simply works better.
Technology continues to bring changes to agriculture. One leading example is genetic engineering. By carefully altering the genes of a specific plant, scientists have been able to produce varieties with certain desirable features. For example, scientists can genetically engineer corn so that the plant is more resistant to herbicides farmers use to control weeds. As a result, farmers can control weeds more effectively while doing less harm to their crop. Scientists have also engineered crops to resist pests. This means more crops and less use of pesticides. There are many other possibilities in the uses for genetic engineering as well. Like many other technological changes, genetic engineering has created controversy. Some people worry about possible health effects of genetically modified crops. Another concern is that altered genes will get into wild plants. For example, the gene that can make corn resistant to herbicide could make its way into weeds. This would make the weeds harder to control and more damaging to crops. Here's what researchers are trying to do with genetically engineering plants.
The sun is the most powerful source of light, but it has limitations, so we've invented artificial sources over the years. Perhaps it's time to look at nature for inspiration. As an example of an innovative project, a group of designers is aspiring to create glowing plants that use synthetic biology. Essentially, the plants will be genetically modified, allowing them to glow, which in the long run may replace gas or electronic lighting solutions. The minds behind the venture state, we are using synthetic biology techniques and genome compiler software to insert bioluminescent genes into Arabidopsis, a small flowering plant and member of the mustard family, to make a plant that visibly glows in the dark. The process of creating the plants is complex, as new DNA sequences have to be printed from the software's compilation. The plants are then transformed when that DNA is inserted into a type of bacteria and the flowers are placed into the solution. The bacteria brings the DNA sequence to the nucleus of the flowers and passes it on to the seeds. The end result is a glow-in-the-dark plant.
The American people continue to demonstrate a spirit of discovery. President Bush in early 2004 laid out the next goal in the ongoing journey into unexplored places, building a space station on the moon and eventually sending human beings to Mars. This plan is in its early stages. There are huge technical challenges to be overcome. However, it would be unwise to doubt the ability of the American people to solve these problems.